Okay, for this video we're going to talk about how to count teeth and how to name them. I actually meant to include this in my last video, but I sort of ended when I started talking about dentine tubules. So the only thing I want you to get out of this slide is that the upper bone for the upper part of chewing is called the maxilla. Maxilla, all right? Maxilla, here's the beginning of the word. And for the lower part of the chewing is your mandible or your jaw, okay? And so this is the mandibular nerve. And then notice how the nerve comes into the bone, into the mandible, and then it extends up into the tooth from the bottom of the tooth. Okay, now we're going to go through that in more detail. Okay, so here is how, first of all, how you can remember the names of the teeth. So a lot of times I find it real helpful to make a mnemonic. When you use the first letter of something, that's called an acronym. And so the acronym for the teeth here is the tooth right in the front, in the middle, that's called an incisor. So here's what an incisor tooth looks like. It's just like a little wedge to split the food you're chewing. Then the tooth next to that is called a canine. And then the tooth with two bumps on it is called a bicuspid or a premolar. Okay? And then the teeth in the back are called the molar teeth. So the way I remember that, incisor, canine, bicuspid, molar is just like intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM. ICBM. So that's an easy way to remember it. Incisor, canine, bicuspid, molar. There's two incisors, you know, there's four quadrants. There's the upper right quadrant, upper left quadrant, lower right quadrant, lower left quadrant, okay? The way you count the teeth then is you start in the upper right. So the maxilla right posterior molar, that's this one in the picture. Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the first quadrant. All the way to 16. That's the next quadrant. Drop straight down. And then you go all the way to 24, then to 32. And that way each tooth has a number. Kids actually only have 20 teeth, but permanent adult teeth, you have 32 of them. So that's how you number the teeth. And this is sort of the dental crevice between the teeth. That's what you clean out when you floss. So anyways, that is how you count teeth and how you name them.